Hiya, babes, and welcome back to Thanks for Stopping By, the most on track, timely, consistently uploading podcast that you listen to. We're back, baby. I gotta stop. God, this house is so fucking echoey. I already, by the way, I'm gonna tell you straight up, this episode's gonna be all over the fucking place because I am wildly out of control brain-wise right now. The past week has been just, So we're going to be all over the place. But you know what? That's what you come for. That's what you sub for. If you're not subbed, you should sub to the podcast channel, which is this channel you're on right now. I got to stop saying, I'm back. Because I feel like that gives very, I'm a YouTuber who's taking a break, but now I'm back to my consistent uploads. If I disappear, just know I'll make stuff when my brain says it's time to, When the good old noodle, when she goes, yeah, it's about that time. We should probably do a couple things. Then it'll happen. And whether it's a two-week break or a 2-year break, sometimes your girl needs a break. And that's all you need to worry your pretty little head about. So this started off way more aggressive than I wanted it to. But yeah, welcome back to the podcast. So I don't even remember where life was on my last episode. I think I talked about road trips or something. I don't know. I want y'all to know the second, unless I re-listen to an episode, which also, yes, I re-listen to my episodes sometimes because they're funny, because I'm funny. If you make content and you don't like watching your own content, not because if you're like, it's awkward to watch myself, I can kind of understand that. But if you're just like, yeah, I don't really enjoy my own content, your content's trash, baby. Sorry about it. If you have an actual reason, I can't watch myself, that's different. But if you're just like, yeah, I make this shit and I don't really like it, it's not interesting to me, why should I be interested then? I don't know. I'm probably wrong, but who cares? Who gives a... That's number one. Don't fucking listen to anything I say. Listen to the podcast, but don't take anything I say as genuinely good life advice. Because look at me. I'm sat here. I have a water bottle that has a Live, Laugh, Love sticker on it. But yeah, I don't know, man. There was... Okay, immediately. Because this definitely did happen within the time of the last podcast. So, right when I did that episode, I was like, all right, I did the thing. I was like, all right, we're about to be back on track. It's going to be great. The podcast is coming back. I guess going to do weekly episodes. And then I got a tooth infection that ended up leading to me needing to get my wisdom teeth pulled. Oh, baby. What a fucking month that was. And it was a month-long endeavor, at least. So it started when the back left tooth started hurting. And I was like, oh man. I'd gotten tooth pain before. And I thought, oh shit, maybe I have a cavity. But then I started I was trying to see. I was like, what the hell? Because it felt really... I was like, okay, you can tell when it's a cavity. This was fucking brutal, starting to hurt when I eat. And so I was like, man, what the hell is going on? And so I like kind of stuck my tongue back there, and I could feel a new tooth. Like this, back tooth is joining the party. She's new. She doesn't go here. And so I was immediately like, oh, fuck. The day has come. The day that I've dreaded for so long. I had friends in high school who got their wisdom teeth pulled. And I just always thought like, yeah, I'm unique. I don't need to get them pulled. I never will. I don't know if that's a thing. If it is, leave it in the comments. If you are 80 and you never got your wisdom teeth pulled or know someone like that, let me know. Or don't. I don't know. Just, But yeah, so I was like, oh, fuck. I could feel the tooth poking, like starting to rip through my gums, essentially. And it hurt, like a lot. Obviously, it wasn't super comfy. And I was just like, man, that's crazy. I definitely sometimes have the athlete mindset from back when I played sports, where like something really fucking hurts and your first instinct is just like, damn, that's a wild story, man. Like, and then that's all you're gonna do with that information. I didn't tell anybody. I just was like, fuck, that hurts, and it'll probably go away at some point. Never. I'm gonna give you. Okay, ignore what I said earlier about don't take life advice from me. Use me as an example. If something hurts really bad, tell someone. Because chances are, it's not gonna just like in 3 days be like, never mind. That pain is there for a reason. But yeah, so it really hurt. And so I went about my life, and it kept getting worse. And it was there for like a week, and it was not going away. And so I was like, oh boy, I think it's the one. And I brought it up to my mother, and I set up a dentist appointment, which, for those of you out there who can relate, I'm 24 years old, and I cannot remember the last time I went to a dentist. To the point where I was like, she was like, "We'll call the dentist, set up a dentist appointment, and we'll see what's up." And I was like, I don't know who to call. Like, I don't know what that means. She was like, call the fucking dentist. I was like, yeah, you lost me at call the dentist. Like, I don't, whomst is our dentist? And so, and I also, there's probably people who are like, you fucking idiot, just call someone on your plan. I don't know, man. I make funny ha-has. I don't know how to call the dentist. Are you fucking joshing me? Make a phone call is already a tall enough task for me. You tell me, like, I hate when people say, yeah, just give him a call. No. No, absolutely not. Oh, you haven't heard from him? Why don't you just give him a call? No. Because that would involve talking on the phone. And I don't want to. I'm okay. Like, I have like days where it's like, today's my designated I gotta make phone calls day. And I'd rather go push boulders up a hill than make fucking phone calls all day to strangers. It is absolute anarchy to my brain. I fucking hate it. But we figured out where I could go nearby. And we called, and they took the insurance, and we fucking set it up. And I'm planning to go in for like a general checkup, right? So I wake up that morning. I go to the gym finally. It was my first day back in the gym. I got my gym subscription. I was ready, had a pretty good workout. Came home, showered, and I was like, all right, let's go get this dentist appointment out of the way. And I get there, and they're like, oh, yeah, that your tooth is wicked infected. We got to pull that out now, like right this second. And I'm like, what do you fucking mean? I'm thinking they're going to knock me out. Because, you always see about the post-pulling videos, which was also, I want you to know, I was less scared of getting my teeth pulled out and the pain, and more scared of someone filming me saying stupid shit and posting it online. Not anything like offensive, but just acting like a fucking moron. I was scared I'd have one of those, like, you always see people, like, hitting on the nurses. And the nurses at my dentist's office, let me tell you, hey, they were pretty. So I didn't want to, like, be like, what's up, baby? While I fucking got cotton balls stuck in my mouth because I'm fucking bleeding out of my gums. And then someone posts that, and they're like, look at this down bad, horny ass bitch. And I'm like, we all know I am, but like, we don't need to talk about it. But they tell me that they're gonna fucking rip my tooth out, and I'm thinking, dude, I drove myself here. How are we gonna, like, are we gonna put me on drugs and then I just gotta, like, catch an Uber home and come get my car later? What the fuck? And they tell me, they're like, oh no, we don't do gas here. Like, we don't put you under. We just do anesthesia. And I'm like, hold the fucking phone. So I'm going to be awake for my wisdom tooth surgery. I don't know how I feel about that either. Like, I was pretty, I was torn on the fact that, it's good I'm not going to be drugged up, because I get really bad on drugs too. I get scared and paranoid. So on one hand, I'm kind of like, hey man, I probably not, but on the other hand, I got to be fully awake and conscious for a surgery. I don't like that option either. What's option C? There was none. Option C was have an infected tooth and lose your teeth. So we did it. And also, I don't know if you know this, listener, you specifically, but when they do the anesthesia, you see in movies when they do the gas, it's like a fucking mask, right? They put a little on your face and you breathe in, breathe out, count to 10, and then you fucking fall asleep. You wake up and it's done. But when they do the anesthesia, they shoot you up in your fucking gums with needles. And I'm not petrified of needles. I don't like them either. Like, when I get blood drawn, I don't love it. But like I look away because of the fact that it just looks weird going in and out of my arm. But I'm not gonna, like, pass out if I see a needle. I'm, like, in between. A needle going into your gums is fucking it's god awful. It sucks. And they don't just do, like, here's your shot, bloop. They fucking give you, like, 10 shots per side. And dude, oh my lord, it was fucking horrific. And I'm just, like, looking upwards. I've got these fucking, people in my mouth, and they're just shoving, and it feels like they're stabbing you with fucking, like, I can't even explain the type of pain, but it sucks. And they're doing it so much, right? On every side. And then they wait a couple, a little, like 5-10 minutes. And my face starts to feel numb. And it feels like fucking, it feels weird. It feels like TV static, kind of. And then they start working on the right tooth. And he says they're going to take about 15-20 minutes each. Not too bad. and the right one goes off without a hitch. It's pretty good. It's kind of scary because you hear them digging around in there, and like it doesn't hurt because you're shot up full of anesthesia, or so like you just feel the pressure of them. Because I thought they like slice it up into pieces and pull it out, but no, he pretty much like cuts a little bit off and then they just fucking pull it out. I know because afterwards he was like, "Look at that," and it was fucking. I was like, "Dad, don't care. Leave me alone." Yeah, so like they're doing it, and it's kind of freaky because like again, you can hear them digging around, and you don't know what they're doing because you're a fucking moron. I'm not a I almost said tooth scientist, and I wanted to stop the podcast right there. I'm not a fucking dentist, tooth scientist, dentist, pretty much. But I'm not a dentist. I don't know what they're doing. So it sounds like they're working on a car in my fucking mouth. And it doesn't hurt really. You just, again, you feel the pressure of them pulling and tugging. But eventually, it comes out finally. And they're washing the oh dude, also they put like numbing cream in your mouth too. Tastes awful. Not supposed to get on your tongue, but it does. They're like, don't get it on your tongue, make sure you don't swallow it. And I'm like, yeah, you're shoving it in my fucking mouth and I'm laying down. So I'll try, but it's not really up to me. And they got the fucking the gross little straw that sucks up all the juices. God, dude. But yeah, so they get it out, they're rinsing it out, and then we go to the left side. And I'm like, immediately, the second they touch my tooth, it fucking hurts. Kills. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And they told me before, they're like, raise your hand if there's any pain. So immediately I'm like, hey, what the fuck? And so their first thought was like, oh shit, it took too long. The anesthesia must have worn off. So here we go again. And they jab me again with fucking anesthesia. And it doesn't work. And, this is also the problem with being I don't like to inconvenience people. So I keep continuing the fucking shit while it's hurting. And I'm like, okay, maybe it'll just hurt a little bit because I know this one was a little infected. So like maybe it's a little different. Dude, when I tell you, the anesthesia did not work. And I felt every bit of them pulling a fucking wisdom tooth out of my head. And like, there were a couple times where like, I raised my hand, they would try anesthesia again. We did it like 4 or 5 times. And it just didn't work. And I don't know if it's because of the infection or because my body just decided like you need a reality check. But like, dude, it was fucking... I don't have a word to describe how awful it felt. It felt like they were ripping my soul out of my body. Dude, and here's the thing. At one point, I told them, I was like, I'm feeling everything that you guys are doing. And they were like, oh, I think it's the anesthesia because the infection. We could stop, I guess, and like try and give you like an antibiotic and like go again. And I was like, hell no. And I fucking gripped those armrests and I was like, I grabbed that shit as hard as I could and I was like, fucking grip it and rip it, baby. I'm a fucking champion. Let's go, because I am not coming back here, I'll tell you that. You want me to come back? No. This needs to come out of my face fucking now. And so we just went and they yanked it out of there. And I haven't felt nothing like that in my lifetime, let me tell you. And I now understand. As a kid and as a young adult, I never did. But I now understand why people are scared of the fucking dentist. Because when I tell you that I never want to go back there again, dude, it was like hostile. At one point, my genius, because I was like keeping my eyes closed for most of this, trying to, I was trying to go to my other place. I was trying to think of other shit. What am I going to do when I get home? What video game can I play? Here's some wrestling spots I want to do. Fucking, here's a cake I want to make. Oh, cake's so good. Nom, 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 nom. Just anything to keep my mind off of the fact that they are with no pain meds ripping a fucking tooth out of my whole body. But at one point my brain was like, what would be really cool? You should open your eyes and like look at them. And I was like, yeah, no, that sounds like a fucking great idea, actually. That's really intriguing. And I open my eyes, and I just have, it's giving me fucking flashbacks because I have my ring light right here. But there's just a bright light in my face, and then two people with masks and glasses just fucking, just like power tooling my fucking mouth. And it felt like I was in a Hostel film, dude. It was awful. But we got it out. And he's like showing me too, the doctor guy. He's like, oh yeah, this is your tooth. See right here? This isn't. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to take the fucking power tool and I'm going to shove it in your eye if you don't get the fuck away from me. I do not give a shit where the infection was. Bye. See you later. Fucking hell. And so, yeah, I left with, they give you the shit you got to do to keep it clean, what you can eat, what you can't, all this stuff. And I leave, and dude, when I got home and like everything wore off, holy shit. I cried from the pain. Like I like got mad and then I laid on the floor and cried because it fucking hurt so much. But I did it. And then I was doing all the things, was eating the food you could eat and trying to be good about it. It also sucked because you can't have carbonation. And anyone who knows me knows I have a horrible caffeine addiction. So not being able to drink energy drinks for like 4 days, I wanted to fucking extra die. I was miserable, dude. And get this. Just to show you how good I am at planning. I had my wisdom tooth surgery on a Tuesday. And then I got on a flight and flew to Eugene, Oregon I flew to Portland for a 2-day wrestling show shot. That week, 3 days later. 2 days later, technically it was Friday. So I flew to Portland, got picked up, and driven to Kaiser, which is like 2 hours away. And then also too, we thought we were gonna have to drive to Eugene, which is an hour past Kaiser, because we thought we had to pick other people up at the Eugene airport. This is just me bitching about my experience, but just to show you how my brain was that week. We're like 20 minutes from Eugene. We get a call, realize, no, you needed to pick them up at Portland, Oregon, where I just came from 2 hours ago. So we drive all the way back past Kaiser to Portland, Oregon, pick them up, and then drive all the way back to Kaiser. So what should have been like an hour and a half long drive became a 4-hour excursion. And then, bless her heart, but we had a battle royal or a Royal Rumble, whatever the fuck, Rumble, at the show that night. And I'm telling everybody, I'm being extra about it. I'm like, dude, when we're in there, just chop me as much as you can, whatever, forearms, kicks, just don't hit me in the face as hard as you can, because I had my wisdom teeth pulled. I'm not trying to get fucked up. I'm in a lot of pain. Just fucking chop me all you. I'm inviting people to chop the shit out of me. It's like every pro wrestler's dream. And then, bless her sweet little heart, but the very wonderful and talented Amira, who I love her to death. She's the number 2 entrant in the Rumble, 1 or 2. And they're doing the thing. And I slide in, and I find her. And not even within 3 seconds of me being in this Rumble, I roll in. I'm like, I'm not feeling it. I don't want to do it because I'm in pain, but I'm like, I'm here. And I come through the curtain, and the crowd pops, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Crowd's hot tonight. They're loving it. I'm having fun now. I'm going to go in there and have a fun Rumble. I'm in it, And I roll in, and dude, like I owed her money, she fucking rears back and just, like Kenny Florian, elbows me right in the fucking jawline, dude. Right, like she knew. Like she had a personal vendetta with the open wound in my fucking mouth. And I was just like, yeah, man. Like, I couldn't even, I was just like, there was a part of me that was like, I don't even know how to respond. The answer was chops, but like, what the fuck? But she was so, she is mostly muscles and pre-workout. If you get what I'm saying. I love you, Mira, but when she gets in that ring, boy, she is. This all goes right in there in the bicep. But no, it was good. I finished. I lost. I got thrown out. And then the next night had a triple threat with Amira and Sheik, which was super cool. I was like, oh shit, I get to wrestle Sheik. That's fun. That's great. And then like, we just decided like, yeah, it'd be really fucking cool. We just started hitting each other with chairs. And I was like, oh man, fuck. I was like, yeah, that's gonna hurt, but like, that's what we're here for, baby. And so we had a really good match. I'm really proud of that match. But yeah, I fucking wanted to. Meanwhile, also hope you know, like I have had like no solid food this entire time because I can't. I can only eat fucking Jello and shit. So I was, oh my God, I was dying. If I was not surrounded by all the people that I care about, dude, like only for wrestling, only for content, because, dude, I was not feeling it, but I had a blast regardless. Shout out to Pow Pro Wrestling, always a blast. I love you, Pow. I miss you. But yeah, man, it was fucking pretty brutal. But we got it out, and now I don't have to worry about it. And I brush and floss every day, which I was, be real with you, was not being good about. I brushed every day, but I did not floss every day, which was not good. You should floss every day. So I brush twice a day, every day, and I floss because flossing is important. You think it's bullshit when they tell you that when you're a kid. They're like, you should floss every day. You're like, shut the fuck up. No. What do I need to do that for? I'll floss when the dentist guy comes to my elementary school, gives us free floss and fluoride. Okay. That's when I'll floss. When he comes. When he shows me fucking Timmy the Tooth videos, I'll floss. But other than that, and when I get some in my stocking, maybe I'll use it. Maybe. We'll see. And only because it tastes like peppermint. But as an adult, you get some floss picks, you start getting in there. Beautiful. You feel better. Your teeth feel better. I don't know. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? I think that was a pretty good. Wow, I stayed on track about one thing for a whole episode. God damn, dude. That's impressive, huh? Yeah. Well, I think that's a good place to wrap it up. Wrap it right back up. Yeah. Thank you for joining me. I say this all the time, but I am trying to work on a more mobile setup, so I can start having guests more frequently. So while I'm in the works of getting that, comment some people you'd like to see guest on the show. I think that'd be really cool. I have access to some pretty fucking cool people being a wrestler. So yeah, if you want to see specific guests on the show, let me know. Just to let you know if they are, I won't say that. But yeah, thank y'all for joining me. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna try to be more consistent with my content, man. It's hard sometimes, but you know me. I do what I can. I've always got ideas. It's just making them happen, baby. But yeah. My next shows are in the December 3rd at DOA in Portland, Oregon, baby. If you're in Portland, Oregon, come on down and check it out. I'm super excited. I love DOA. It's like one of my main places. I fucking always love. Yeah. DOA December 3rd, and then the next night, December 4th, I will be at Without a Cause in Everett, Washington. So come check those out. If you have the fucking hell, I can't speak. If you have the ability, make sure to check out all my socials. Those will be in the description below. My other channels, which will also be in the description below. And make sure you sub to this channel and listen to the podcast. That's really it, man. Again, I will hopefully be back next week. Got this episode up a little late, but you know what? That's okay, because I'm human. And that's all I got to say about it. But anyway, thank y'all so much for joining me. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And most importantly, thanks for stopping by.